Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Rumble. We got a great one here for you, Lee's Picks. This is, I believe, his second 24 one. Usually he's the master of 19, of course. And we're kicking things off with Stewie here. So, he's got a very different, like everybody's different. It's not really a genre themed. And Stewie is just losing his mind here. What are you doing, Stewie? Quit throwing a fit. Don't make me get Lois on you. I don't know what his deal is. Okay, what is he doing? And he's getting pumped up for this. He's not going to do good. You know he's not. The poor baby. And of course, I better watch my mouth. He might snipe me from where I'm sitting. So, but anyway, kicking things off with Stewie, and we'll see who's going to be facing the evil genius baby. And who is going to be number 2? We got a lot of smoke. Hopefully the smoke alarms don't kick off again. And it is Shao Kahn. Oh, wow. Another guy that I have a little history with. Not a good one. There's a whole story of why I don't like this character, but over the course, the older I get, the more I like it. Which is just kind of tells me I'm becoming a tool. That's what it's telling. If I like Shao Kahn more every year. I've always thought he had a cool design, but my friend was the reason why I hate it. Because my friend used to use him in like Mortal Kombat all the time. And take the hammer and just continuously hit me in the head so I can't defend myself. There's a move in Armageddon you can do that's almost like unblockable. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about if you've played the game, but using that giant hammer, it kind of blinds you or does something where you have to grab your face and you just can't counter really. Yeah, he would do that all the time to me, so I had a super hatred for Shao Kahn. And number 3 is One Punch Man. So Lee's picked him before. A lot of these people Lee has never picked. But this is one that he is quite familiar with, I think. I think he's on 19 still. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a moron. He did ask me, though, if that was One Punch. So I think he's used him before. But some of these guys he had. And I know that for a fact. And, of course, the 19 roster is one of the greatest rosters we've ever had. And Lee loves picking those out. And, you know, I don't mind doing these for him, especially when I run out of ideas. This is the best time to do them. And number 4 is Magneto. From the X-Men. Well, from the Brotherhood. And Magneto's one of my favorite Marvel villains ever. He's in First Class even makes him better. I didn't enjoy him as much, the Ian McKellen version, as much as I do the Michael Fassbender version. I think the Michael Fassbender version really gives you a good Magneto. You know, he's already older when you have the Ian one. And Stewie's been eliminated. And I told you he wouldn't last long. And Chong Li is number 5 from Bloodsport. One of the most deadliest competitors in the Kumite. I love the Kumite. I love that movie. I absolutely love and adore that movie. That is a man's movie. And Shao Kahn is done. Wow. Magneto and One Punch working together on that one. And now we have Moonlight. Not Moonlight, goodness, Moon Knight. My bad. I like Moon Knight. I actually was introduced to him at a young age in comics. I actually picked up a random comic one time and bought it. And it was a Moon Knight comic. I always thought he looked really cool. I didn't know anything about him. And when I heard that they were going to do a live action series, I got really excited because I always remember picking that up and just thinking, wow, this guy looks cool. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know about his story. It was probably one of the comics like in the middle of the series or something. I had no idea of who this guy was. I just thought he looked awesome. And number 7 is the Quaker Oatmeal, the disgusting oatmeal man. And I just despise oatmeal. Absolutely despise oatmeal. Disgusting food. I know it's good for you, but I absolutely hate it. I don't like breakfast in general. I rarely eat breakfast. It's just not my thing. And number 8 is Papa Smurf. Wow. Yeah. I don't think I've ever watched the Smurfs. And some of you all may just be shaking your head, but I don't care. I don't think I missed much either. And Chong Li, man, I'm telling you, Chong Li is such a great villain. He is awesome, and you know, he's the rival with Frank Dukes. And I love the scene where Chong Li, you know, sees Frank Dukes break his record, and he's just like, he gives that face of like impressive. Like he has that face on him, like saying, wow, this guy, it could be a threat to me. But Chong Li makes it look easy until he fights Frank Dukes. And of course, we got bald Christian Cage here. That's part of the glitch. If you're wondering why, Lee, there is a hair glitch going on. And poor Christian Cage lost his hair. So, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it gets annoying. And number 10 is Kronk. And it seems to happen a lot with the first people that got uploaded. And I don't know if it was caused by a DLC. Somebody told me it was. So it wouldn't surprise me. Because we all know they care about their DLCs more than fixing anything. Remember that one game they had a calculator as a weapon? Like, really? Come on. They had all those weird weapons that one year on 20. They kept on giving us weird weapons instead of fixing the game. It was atrocious what they did with that. I will never forget about that. I'll be sitting in a nursing home, and I may have lost my memory, but I will always remember that. And I'll be telling the nurses the pain I went through playing that game, and they won't have a clue what I'm talking about. I probably won't even make it to the nursing home. Let's just be honest. The way I'm going, my future's heart attack. Definitely. And as mad as I get at everything, I need to calm down. I've been calm, you know, I've been calm the last few years. I still have my moments though. But you know how I used to be. I used to be a little bit wild. I used to yell and act like a heathen. And Papa Smurf could not get rid of the Quaker Oat guy. I almost called him Myers. I saw the white, didn't see the face. And Kronk, he's done. He's no Gronk, that's for sure. And Christian Cage takes care of him and one punch. Wow. So Christian Cage is not happy that he's bald. That is for sure. Cage and Magneto are battling. Look at Chong Li going after Papa Smurf. I'd love to see Papa Smurf in the Kumite. He would beg for his life. He'd be the guy that would die in the Kumite. Because Chong Li did kill a guy. But that's part of Bloodsport. Chong Li is not a murderer. He's a competitor. That's what he is. Is it an unsanctioned fight? Yes. But it is Bloodsport. There's like 3 rules to Bloodsport. I forget what they were. But I watched that movie twice this year. And I tell you, it motivates me to be a fighter. And I wouldn't have the any clue of what to do. Makes me want to join a Kumite. I love that word too. I love that word. That movie's so good. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. It's very cartoony, but and ridiculous at times, but fun. And number 11 is James Hunt, Formula One racer. Also from the movie Rush, which is based off of his life and his rival's life. That's a good movie. I need to rewatch that. That's something I need to put on my list to watch this year. Or for the remainder of the year. I'm doing this in November, so who knows when you're going to actually see it. It's November 3rd right now. And I do these sometimes way ahead of time. And Brainiac is 12. Brainiac is 12. So, Lee, I hope you're enjoying these picks. And Papa Smurf is finished. This is very exciting. And Chong Li with the reversal. What a great counter by Chong Li. If he could take down Brainiac, that would be that's going to be tough. I don't care how good of a fighter he is. Brainiac just made him bleed. We need to do something like that. The Kumite is like that. If you guys aren't familiar, it's kind of like that arena we had on UFC. With the, it's kind of in like a cave. That's kind of what it is. Something like that. Kind of reminds me of Bloodsport and kickboxing. Both Van Damme movies. So I've thought about, looking into the new UFC game, but it's on the new console. I'm still using the old console, even though I own the new one, which makes no sense. I really don't want to take the new one in my bedroom because my big TV is in the living room. So I kind of use the Series X for casual gameplay, but I barely have used it. I do all my stuff on one still, but eventually it's going to go down. I've had that Xbox One since 2014 of November, so it's officially 10 years old. So I don't want to hear about Xbox not being able to work, because I've had that one for 10 years. Does it come on sometimes by itself because it might be possessed? Yeah, but it still works, and that's all that matters. And the Quaker Oats guy is done. James Hunt is done. And Mr. Smee, I didn't even notice him. He's a bum anyway. He didn't last long at all. Not surprised. He's like the worst henchman ever for Captain Hook. And Christian Cage is done. Magneto's done. Wow, they're flying out of here. And Chong Li still holding his ground, so is Brainiac. And Lee, these are a lot longer than what you're used to. So I don't know how long this one's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be longer than any 19 one. And Joe Montana's 14. Lucas made him, so shout outs to Lucas. If you want some great creations, go to Lucas. I mean, he's got like a whole roster for. He makes it easy for me on the tournament. He does, because I at least get about 10 of his guys. Now some of them I'm not familiar with because I don't know some of the stuff he watches, but a lot of them I am. And I love how he made Joe Montana and LT, even though they're not really from my time. That's really cool, especially LT. Because LT was like, everyone was scared to death of him. And he's known as one of the greatest of all time. So, and number 15 is Miles Morales. And 16 is him. So from the Powerpuff Girls, which used to scare me to death as a kid, him did. Him is a great villain, though. So creepy. So creepy, especially that. I always remember that tub scene. Oh, man. That was rough. Great character, though. Him and Mojo Jojo are definitely my favorites. I don't like that one guy, the pink guy. I think he's kind of dumb. And then I think there's evil Powerpuff Girls also. So Moonlight and Chong-Li. And number 17 is Squidward, my favorite SpongeBob character. Because he reminds me of me, who hates SpongeBob. I know that's ludicrous in your eyes, but not in mine. I don't like SpongeBob or Patrick. I don't know why. I kind of get why Sandy's wearing an astronaut suit. Because she's a squirrel and she can't breathe underwater. Okay. I was wondering that for a second, and it was like, oh, that makes sense. That's kind of a really creative choice, and I really like that for Sandy. SpongeBob and Patrick annoy me to death. I'm like Team Plankton all the way, and I'm also Team Squidward. I mean, I used to have a vein of Squidward. You know, all Squidward wants is his peace. He's got annoying SpongeBob always bothering him. Brainiac going after Chong-Li, and Chong-Li is finished. No Kumite for him. But hey, he lasted as long as he did. He did a good job. And him is in trouble. Yeah. So Chong-Li did last pretty long. And Moon Knight and Brainiac are the longest in here now. Squidward just got leveled. Oh, and Brainiac just kicked Miles Morales in the head. I can't wait for a Miles Morales movie, a live action. And a lot of people want that kid from Penguin to play him. I think that's a good choice. He's a good actor. I don't know if he'll. At the time I'm watching this, that show's not over. But I don't know if he'll be more involved in the show or not. And 19 is Boba Fett. So we're almost 2/3 done. And Carl, what a move there by Carl. Wow. Carl's another one made by Lucas. From the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I've never really watched. I may have watched maybe one episode of that. I don't recall. And Dash is 20. I don't recall if I think I've seen one episode, but I don't remember. I've seen every episode of Metalopolis. I've seen probably 20 episodes of Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken kind of freaks me out a little. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like dolls being used in certain ways, so it kind of freaks me out. And it's actually in like violent ways. I don't like it's weird. It's one of those weird things I have. It doesn't really bother me because obviously I can watch Saw, but it kind of just like makes me uncomfortable. So there's some things that make me uncomfortable that I can still watch, but it just like usually involves cartoons, and if it's any like very mature stuff involving cartoons, but yeah, I don't always like that. But I did watch Metalopolis, so I do. It just depends. It's the doll thing that just kind of freaks me out, especially when there's like a bunch of gore with dolls. It makes no sense. It doesn't bother me, it just makes me feel weird. So I guess it does bother me a little bit, but I can handle Saw and Terrifier, but that just is a little weird. But I have seen Robot Chicken. I've seen about 20 episodes, but it's a good show. It's not funny. It has funny moments. The Life Alert one, the Life Alert skit was hilarious. Where she calls for Life Alert and they come in and take all of her belongings. So messed up, but so funny. The show's really dark, though. And I mean, Adult Swim has even darker shows than Robot Chicken. They have a lot worse than that. Don't even get me started. I hate that show, Moral. The Moral show. My friend I've watched like one episode and I was just like freaked out. And that also involves like the stop motion, that stuff too. And I don't know if it's stop motion, claymation, or I forget what it is. But yeah, that and my friend has told me a lot about that show because he's seen a few episodes of it, and I want nothing to do with that show. There's just certain things that I just do not subscribe to. And Dash has been eliminated. Gore doesn't bother at all. But there's just certain weird stuff that kind of does. Like subject matters and just depends. And him has been eliminated by Joe Montana. Wow. And Brainiac, oh, what a leg drop on Carl there. And Montana's in trouble. And if you're wondering why it does that, I've explained it 100 times. I guess I'll explain it 100 more. It's where you have all those face scans, all those community creations, all in one. It causes so much issues. And that's why you see that it's not lagging on my end. It just does that with the screen. And number 22 is Omni-Man. So great pick there by Lee. One of my favorites. Well, he's who I love to hate. Let's just say, because he is a scumbag. Omni-Man is, but he's still a great character. From Invincible. I always remember that first episode of Invincible and the ending and how everyone's just jaw drops when they find out the big surprise in the show, and I never saw it coming. Of course, you're not supposed to, but 23 is Abraham Lincoln, and we got a president on here. And at the time I'm doing this, I mean, we are like 2 days away from the election. And I'm just tired of hearing it about it. They can only beat the horse so many times. It's like beating a dead horse over and over again. Just, oh my goodness. It's a wonder I haven't taken aspirin every night from hearing politics too much. And both sides annoy me to death. So, and at least with Lincoln, you guys aren't going to debate on him. I mean, he's been gone for over 150 years. You can't cry over him. So. And Gael's here. Gael from Street Fighter. You know what? I need to pick up Street Fighter and try that out. That would be cool. I really have never really played it. And I know that's like, oh my goodness, what are you saying? What are you saying? That's worse than saying that you hate SpongeBob. But, you know, I played it maybe once or twice, but I played Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and this way more than I have played Street Fighter. I probably played like 2 fights on Street Fighter. I played more Virtual Fighter than Street Fighter, which is a Street Fighter ripoff. Literally, the guy that's the main character looks like Ryu. It's just unbelievable. Like, I'm surprised they didn't get sued for that. It's a different character, and there's a couple little things different about him. And of course, I guess you couldn't sue because they're both wearing a gi, and you know, a lot of karate people obviously wear that. So, but you have to say there's kind of a similarity between the main guy from Virtual Fighter 5 and Ryu. There is kind of a little bit of a similarity, but you can argue with a bunch of things. You know, Deathstroke and Deadpool. And Abraham Lincoln did not last long. A lot of the presidents don't do well on these. They do not do well. And I have had, you know, people during our time in before, but anymore where I'm just so sick and tired of hearing about all the, you know, political people. I just don't put them in anymore because of it. It's not like I don't like one of them and I support the other. It's just like I'm so sick and tired of hearing about them, and the last thing I want to see is them in this. So that's why I don't. It's better off that way. I don't have a problem putting JFK or Lincoln or Washington, even though some presidents have had a very scary history. I'm willing to put most of them in that are back 100 years or 50 years. And I know I've had the current ones in before, but it's been a while. It has been a while because I'm just, you know, like I said, they beat the dead horse to death. And I'm sick and tired of hearing all their complaints and both sides complaining about everything. So that's why I don't throw them in here anymore. And Blue Beetle's 26. Blue Beetle's 26. This is not my favorite version. There's another one that I really enjoyed, but this is the best one we got. I don't want to, you know, diss or anything. It's still a good version, but there was one, I think, last year that had the whole face scan and everything. But Blue Beetle's a really cool character, and I really enjoyed that movie more than I enjoyed Ahsoka with General Admiral Thrawn. And his name is bad. You know in school they called him Thong. You know they did. General Admiral Thong. That's what they probably called him in high school. And that's why he's evil. Because he got bullied. Instead of Thrawn, he was called Thong. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Let's hope he's not wearing it. Okay? Let's make sure that he keeps his Admiral attire on. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. I am getting out of control. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. It is a Lee one, so I always have fun with his. He makes my life easier. And Omni-Man eliminates Blue Beetle, because I don't have to look down at a list and hurt my neck constantly and miss half of the eliminations when it comes to this, because it's not a tournament. And Montana's done. And General Admiral Thong is in trouble. And, well, he's still hanging on there. Carl couldn't get it. Carl just comes off as a real jerk to me. I really haven't seen the show, but he just seems like one of those guys that you just do not want to talk to. Like, you try to avoid every conversation you can with this person. And Omni-Man has been eliminated, and Deathstroke's 28. And Lee, unfortunately, you're going to notice that his thing's messed up. It's part of the hair glitch. And how did I not notice Frank Dukes, my boy? My boy Frank Dukes from the Kumite Bloodsport. And look at the stabbing punches of Carl and his beer belly. And Frank Dukes, Brainiac, until General, I just jinxed him. So General Admiral Throng took care of him. And Brainiac is done. We got Nightcrawler now. But what a run by Brainiac. I mean, I really didn't keep up with it, but he's been in for a while. Because I remember he took down Chong Li. So he's been in here over 10 minutes at least. Maybe more. I know Chong Li was in for a while. General Admiral, he's mad. He's mad about the comments I made. So I got him fired up. And number 30, wow, we're already at 30? Buff Among Us. So we finally have our final 6 in this. So we are down to 6. Took us about over 30 minutes to get to 6. What a matchup it's been. Lee putting together another great roster. And what makes his crew good is it's always, it's kind of like a random one. So people love the random more than anything. I noticed that. I mean, some of the genres do better than others, and there goes Gael. So Carl takes out Gael. And we are now down to 5. You know what? I may play some Xbox Series X tonight. And General Admiral Thrawn, man, he is killing it. He is mad. He is ticked off that I made the comment that I did about him. And, man, he is mad. He is mad that I brought up how he was bullied in school. He's not that good of a character. I don't, when it comes to Star Wars, I don't like Admiral people. I just don't. I like people with lightsabers, and that's like the only people I like. And like a couple other side characters, but I don't like any of the pilots or any of the generals or the senators or all this stuff that they have on there. And there's a lot of them that look super weird that I just like to laugh at. And there goes sort of Deathstroke. He's missing half of his mask, but I should not use him anymore, but I have to for the tournament, and he's already on there, so. And look at the double team. And they're going to need a double team Buff Among Us, which is a crazy creation because he's not supposed to be buff, if you didn't know. I'm very scared that the General is going to win this. Now I'm a little bit on edge. I made fun of him, and he wants me to pay the price. We'll see. He's got some really good competition here. Look at that move. That was a crazy move. And Carl. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, my goodness. I have created a monster. Oh, now look at him showing off. Please get rid of him. Buff him on us, please. He's embarrassing me. I have created a monster. And, oh, wow. This is getting kind of intense. Uh-oh. And look. He's just staring. He's not doing nothing. You got to take action. And uh-oh. And here he goes. Oh, you missed that time, buddy. You got your foot stuck. And Buffamonis is going to get, well, it wasn't good enough Irish whip, which surprises me. Instead, he gets a punch to the gut. Oh, wow. And here we go. What is he doing? This is what I hate. Lee, this is why 19 is better. This is exactly why. What was that? That was pathetic. And now, oh my goodness, two missed opportunities for Buffamonis. Maybe he can't see through that suit. And General Admiral Throng also missed it. I'm not going to call him that anymore because I'm afraid he's going to win and make me look like an idiot. And here we go. Ha ha! That's right, General Admiral Dong. You lost. Dong is gone. Get him out of here. And Buffamonis wins. He's not going to WrestleMania, though. But I'll give you a bag of Doritos. How about that? For taking out that moron for me that tried to prove himself tonight. Yeah. What a joke. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, Lee. I think I enjoyed this one. Even though I became a bully tonight, I did enjoy it. And, yeah, another great pick. Great 30 picks. All these guys are in the tournament, by the way. But amazing what Lee put together here. And another good job with his picks. And we'll do more. But I know he enjoys 19 more. I enjoy it more than this. But it was still fun overall. He's not going to Mania, but a lot of fun. And poor General Admiral Throng is done. And he really had me scared there for a second, but it wasn't enough in the end. He just can't beat me. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you all later.